head to pdc.tv to find out
100.
your best viewing option based on where you're watching in the world.
$134.
All gets underway on Thursday. Right, Grundy looking to try and work his way back into this match, but he's going to have to take out a real whopper to do so. Another one in there. Leaves double 19.
130.
So close, so near. Yet we'll feel so far for Robert Grundy.
Game
as
shot.
Barney takes advantage to get glory over Grundy for the second day on the spin.
52.
Not done yet, and you can see Barney's not too happy with how he's playing, and he knows he'll have to up his game if he's going to progress deeper into this tournament. Will he have to face more legs in this match? Another missed big 20. When the pressure is on, that's what can happen, and it's happened twice.
26.
To Robert Grundy. Still shaking his head. It's Robert Grundy at the moment.
No score.
Barney, though, bemused that he's been unable to put an end to this opening round encounter.
Game shot.
And on it goes. In it goes. Come here. To Hildesheim.
100.
Jared Cole, for example, who's going to play Peter Wright, is 37th on the list.
100. $105. $99.
Well, it could be a repeat of the result. Barney looking at 100. Barney looking at tops.
Game
Barney
shot.
gets there in the end, but twice Robert Grundy has given him a game, and that is hope for him to take home. Difficult shot. Knops could have been better placed as well. It's not going to go. We've already seen Robbie ramming one bullseye. He might get a go at another one.
53.
Well, he decides to start on the ball. Now surely it's 15 for the bull. The dart got in the way, and had he gone the 20s route, there would have been nothing in the way. So double 4 and double 2. Well, we've been
66.
here before, haven't we? Choosing double 8
Game shot.
and pinning it as well. And Sedlacek has missed a glorious opportunity there.
$140.
Yeah, perfect, really good leg to end this match. Well, he hopes it will end the match at least. Just one last job to do.
137.
And that is hit double 18. Or double 9. No, that's not the way, Robbie.
28.
And Sedlacek has a chance to steal it and force a decider. And he gets 2 at 10s.
70.
Already missed a couple of darts. Big deep breath. Has been waiting for this chance.
Game shot.
And
the
this
match.
time he takes it. And in doing so ends a 9-match losing streak in Players' Championship tournaments. First win in 10 for Robbie Knops, who sees
that this year.
Yeah, Peter Wright heading to the World Cup himself. Tournament he's won a couple
100.
of times. with different partners. He's going back with one of them, Gary Anderson, who of course reached a final yesterday.
And was 5-1 up in that final and still lost it.
60. 100.
I quite like going for the bullseye with that last start for Jared Cole. An extra 5 points would have got him to a 1 treble combo that doesn't require a bull at the end. Maybe irrelevant.
56.
Now he's looking at 4 18s for a dart at the bullseye, or 6 of them for double 7. There's 3. There's another one. And there's the bullseye. So it didn't matter about not going for the bullseye on the previous visit because he's pinned it right there for 1 apiece. Josh Rock has just beaten Jurjen van der Velde. And his winning legs have been in 9, 11,
80.
12, 13, another 13. He nearly lost it. He's only won it in a last leg decider.
Yeah, I think he was he 5-3 down?
I believe he was, yes. You can check this on the Dart Connect system, tv.dartconnect.com, but more importantly, Jared Cole lineup, double 16, pins it, and he's got a little bit of daylight here.
For success against Nathan Rafferty. Ross Smith, who lost in the first round yesterday, wins in the first round today. 6-2 over Jamie Hughes.
174.
That is a beautiful shot from Jared Cole. 174 to leave himself on a 2-darter for the match. He's already had 4 darts for the match. Spurned them all,
50.
but he's going to get more from this position because Peter Wright has not even left to finish.
That's now half a dozen darts missed for this match from Cole. The King of the Castle yet to cross the line.
120 score.
If you'd left yourself a finish, Peter, you might have had a chance to win this leg, and it could have been different. It might yet be different because Jared Cole has already missed 6 for the match, but he's getting more here.
Can he?
Game
He can.
and the match.
Cole defeats Peter Wright. That will be something for him to savour, but in truth it was a really, really, really poor Peter. A 6-3 defeat, 75.83 the average there.
He will have to reach the final day in Trier and maybe even the quarterfinals to have a chance.
Yes. 96.
Another in there.
82.
Double 16. Roman van Barneveld will be looking at double 16 in a minute. In fact, right now.
Game shot.
Doesn't just look at it. Hits it as well for 3-0. Raymond van Barneveld cruising through this game.
2.
As things stand right at this second, is provisionally outside the match play
97.
by $1.5 grand. He is in Trier. There is a chance for him to push up into those spots, but it'll be a sigh of relief.
100.
The likes of Brendan Dolan, Kim Huybrecht, Steve Beaton, and maybe even Raymond van Barneveld, who are above him and in those provisional spots. But right now, Raymond van Barneveld is looking very likely to add to his ranking money tally in the race to Blackpool.
97. 40.
Double 16 once again missed by Barney. Going at the ball first time. Treble 19 leaves double top for a 1-2-2. Robbie Knops. How about that, Robbie Knops? Well, unconventional to start on the bullseye line. Christian Kist has seen off Martin Schindler, where they both averaged 103. Shindy only got 1 leg.
45.
Well, well, well. Interesting things. Interesting darts from Raymond van Barneveld.
34.
Leaves himself on double top for the match, and is Robbie Knops' resistance finally going to be broken, because he's saved himself with a couple
48.
of 10 plus checkouts, but he can't take out 315 because he's a Cyan, not a magician. And double 10 is there. 6-3 for Raymond van Barneveld. It wasn't pretty. It's not been pretty so far today from Raymond van Barneveld, but a couple of 89 averages.
89.
Well, this time for Niels Zonneveld, Decides
score.
to bust. I think that's a sensible play. Could have tried to win it on double 5, but he's going to come back and have more looks at double 10 with Jared Cole not down to a
93.
finish. It's going to be double 5 anyway.
15.
And Neil Zonneveld is limping towards the finishing line, but he's not over it yet. Is it double-double? It was an attempt at it. It didn't work
56.
out. So Neil Zonneveld, 1 for double 2.
Game
Is
shot.
there,
Nice.
6-3
Neil
for
Zonneveld.
Triple Z. One of the, well, seemingly endangered species of top seeds at Players' Championship 40. David Attenborough are making
140.
documentaries about them and talking in hushed tones about how their habitats are being destroyed. There's barely any of them left.
I love the way you put that. And I
180.
love the way that Raymond did that, but he's still got a 100-point deficit. Danny Noppert has completed the job against James Wade. So another Dutchman through.
81.
I've never been a fan of these flights, you know. And there's so many players who I know well
59.
who can't stand flights that move when they hit the board.
I've never been a fan of hitting 59 to leave 162.
Game shot.
That number this weekend has been so apt. It was part of yesterday. Double top.
77.
He'll return for that. I can now tell you that Gary Anderson and Ross Smith are locked at 5-all.
59.
Ross has been the better averaging player throughout that contest.
Game shot.
This one is going the distance, and Raymond winning the bull. Just how big is it? We're about starts from 204. One of those numbers where you think, please give me a maximum. He'd love another one. He's had plenty.
140.
That'll do nicely.
Neil Zonneveld will get a chance to beat Raymond van Barneveld and throw this entire quarter of the draw into chaos.
75.
Barney sticks one into the 1 segment. It does not help him. But whatever he did, couldn't stop Zonneveld getting a chance. He will get 1 dart at tops.
24.
And he has missed the chance to beat the 5-time world champion. Is it the only chance he'll get?
This start will tell us the tale.
77.
That one just misses on the outside. So they've both had their chance to win it. The difference is Zonneveld gets a second crack.
If you've had 18 darts on throw and a last leg decider having held your throw 5 times before, you have to say
Game
you should have won it, but he didn't. And Raymond van Barneveld is bested by the young Dutchman Neil Zonneveld. He is on another run in the Players' Championship Series, finding the top stuff he needed just when he needed it. But they always say it's better to be lucky than good.
41.
It's always better to have both.
Yep, that does help.
What's your pick of the last 16 matches then? Because when you've got a strange looking draw bracket like we have, what's popping off the page?
Well, I mean, the one that I'm looking at right now on Dart Connect, and you can too,
100.
tv.dartconnect.com, is Jose de Souza, the number 16 seed, against Luke Woodhouse, where they're 3 each and both averaging over a ton. That's the
50.
quality game right now. I mean, Andrew Gilding is producing real quality here, and Richard Veenstra struggling to get a look in.
But what about Christian Kiss today? He hasn't even got a tour card. He's 5-1 up on Neil Zonneveld and he's within 1 leg of the quarters.
94.
You know, Damon Heta has been playing the best darts of anybody left in the competition, and yet him and Bradley Brooks are both mucking about in the 70s in a real slog in the early stages. If Damon Heta is
134.
beaten, then that bottom half of the draw, somebody is having the best day of their career, probably.
You never know, it might be another day for Andrew.
Game
Strikes gold again for 3-0.
Could be Danny Noppert or Rusty Drake Rodriguez for him. Noppy leads that 5-3 as Andrew Gilding looks at double top, which he has not missed.
64.
That was a good attempt, but he'll get more.
This game is a bit like Andrew going to the local swimming baths
59.
and wanting a nice leisurely swim, and there's nobody else in the pool. There's no backwash in his face. It's an easy glide. It's very frustrating to see Richard playing in this manner because he's got so much more to give. And he's 5-0 down. Gilding is absolutely motoring. Look like Andrew's going to lose this one. He's been really good and patient at times as well because he got that big start, but he hasn't panicked when Richard found himself a couple of legs. It was double 12 that he missed for the match previously, and he gets another crack at it.
Well, he's missed 3 darts for the match already.
No
And he's
score.
missed 3 more as well.
All outside double 12. I remember on the European Tour recently, the only double he was having problems with was double 12. So maybe just getting a
134.
slightly different sweet spot on this double will help him. He'd like to get this finished.
Some more odd counting from Richard Veenstra.
Game
But it
shot
does
and
not
match.
matter because Andrew Gilding puts this one to bed. Goldfinger, the UK Open champion, is through to the quarter-finals where he will face either the reigning European champion Ross Smith or men's...
It seems as if Mansell just doesn't have the answer at the minute.
100.
And even when Damon's having a questionable visit, he's able to rescue it to halve his score right there.
$104.
The players are aware of who's left in the tournament. They can see who's left in the hall. Damon will be aware that he is the favourite now. Maybe with Andrew Gilding. It's double 10 again for him.
Game
And he
shot.
finds it for 4-0. Fast start for Heta, averaging over 105. Every now and again you have to remind yourself, have I played in conditions like this before? It's muggy, it's warm. And you remember playing in those RSLs back in Oz, where it was possibly 50 degrees because they can't put the aircon on.
45.
You've done it before, you just have to remind yourself that you can still do it.
$139.
As for Mickey, he would love to find something that would click, just to give Damon something to worry about. He might think that the quarterfinals is his mental block.
60.
That's the best he's ever done on the European Tour, and that was years ago. And the best he's done this season. Bullseye for Heta. And that's a
Game
fifth
shot.
leg. Flawless display. He'd like to get it done. But in every likelihood, he has got 6 darts from here. He's never been
100.
worried in this game. He's been put under no pressure at all by Mickey, who may have no fuel left in the tank after what's been a scrappy and somewhat high and low day after taking out one of the best players in the world in Gerwyn Price earlier.
40.
Nobody likes to be bageled, especially in the last 8, but it's possible. Double 10's been good to him. And it is
Game shot
again
and a match.
for a 6-0 win. And he's the first person through to the quarterfinals. Sorry, he's the first person through to the semi-finals. And by getting to a semi-final, he has obviously taken a big step towards that today. But at his age, what he's doing is he's
145.
bridging between the kids and the veterans. He's in the middle.
Suljovic doing what Suljovic does, utilising the middle of the board himself to leave
96.
60. And 60 is a finish that is no trouble for Mensure. Out of the way, clear target, but he can't find it. Double 10
Game shot.
finds that, no trouble at all.
It's a seriously good check out. But in the next leg, and it's something I've already talked to you about today, Woodhouse needs double 10. for a rather big hit and a hold. Now, what's he worried about here? What you doing, Luke?
What's he doing?
What you
What's he
doing?
doing?
No
What
score.
are you doing?
Must he score? What is he doing?
Mental strength in a semi-final. He's just lost his mind.
It was 140 and he busted.
Yeah, I don't know what's gone on there. For some reason, he thought he's left himself 60.
Like this, right?
He had 140, he scored 120.
Scores 140. He scores 140 without a double at the end. He busts the score. It's as simple as that.
And then single 20. That's 140. And he's 140 left.
And I play double 10. It is 140, 60, 60. I play big 20.
Well, Mensah Suljovic is trying to now help Luke Woodhouse out, but there's no help. There's no help required. He has had a mental meltdown. Well, it gives him the fist bump for some reason. This is an absolute mess between both players.
Well, you don't expect, Murph, your opponent to make that big an error.
Wow.
That's why I was so perplexed by his reaction when he got the 260s.
Well,
I thought, what a great shot this is.
As soon as he started moving, we knew something was wrong. You just wanted to get down there and have a word.
Now the point is, remember how I said God gives you opportunities to be patient? God gives you opportunities to recover. How does he recover from this?
But also just think about the position in the leg. You can forget it. Suljovic isn't on a finish. He's got 6 darts from 140. You'd take that all the time. Forget what's just happened.
Absolutely. The ability to forget in a game of darts and in some sports is immeasurable.
45.
He must forget it. And Suljovic has got to take full advantage of it.
Yeah, because that is a tricky leave. Really strange happenings here. I can't remember seeing that before.
85.
They've both got 95. They've both got 2 legs. And it's another bullseye start on a 2-darter style finish. That's wonderful from Woodhouse. It's a strange leg, but ultimately he wins it with a really good shot.
But
Grand Slam. Made the final, lost to Robert Thornton. So I ticked 2 boxes in one day, but the most important thing about that day is that I made the Grand Slam and the World Championship, which changed my life.
87.
This day could change Luke Woodhouse's life as well.
Absolutely. It's just a shame he hadn't picked up a little more cash because he could have been in the mix for the match play.
45.
Mensah Suljovic seems to have gone missing mentally in this game completely.
No score.
Oh, well, what's going on now?
Not
He's bust
again.
Well, that isn't a miscount, it's a misfire. What kind of goings on are occurring here?
140.
Honestly, he's had more busts in this game than balloons at a hedgehog's birthday party.
I was wondering where you were going with that. Glad you went there. And he'll be glad he went there as well, because every time he makes a mess of it, he comes and tidies up.
Don't underestimate that all of the work he's done today has got him £4,000. Winning this game will double that. It's like making 2 quarterfinals, getting to a semi-final.
94.
Right, Suljovic last time he was on 268, ended up hitting 100, not leaving a finish. Can't afford any tricks like that this time. Much better.
136.
It's a very intelligent shot for a couple of reasons, but it might be completely pointless if Woodhouse hits double 16.
Game shot.
And his doubling in this game has been excellent, mostly, when he's going for the right double.
On the 20s, he's left to finish 167. Still a big outside shot, and he's not going to take it. So Luke Woodhouse should get a match start for a place in the final.
42.
Minimum 1. I think he sees the enormity of this moment. He's in his first semi-final. To double your money. To be in the final. He needs 1 more double.
52.
Hasn't yet hit. Mensah Suljovic can make him wait. Paul talked earlier in the match about practicing patience, and maybe he'll have to practice a little more. Does he stay there? 25. Another bull.
This has got to go. Oh, that was such a good try. It was a lovely lie as well. Woodhouse survives, He has a 4-leg cushion to make it 5 in the final. He needs 8, which he's hit at ease in this semi.
Game shot and the match.
And he nails it. Luke Woodhouse is into the final. He looks a little bit overcome there